Namaste, dear students. First of all, I want to welcome you to our English class of grade 7. I hope today also you are ready to learn something in our English language. So are you ready? Yes, you are surely ready. Do you know what are we going to learn today? You can guess now? Okay, you will know what we are going to learn today. But before that, you have to be ready with your English textbook, an exercise book, and a pen or a pencil. So all of you, please take out your English textbook, an exercise book, and a pen or a pencil. Have you taken them out? Well, today we are going to learn something about grammar, and that is given in Unit 14 in your English textbook. Okay? After that, we will recite a poem. That's very interesting, And at the same time, after reciting the poem, then we will try to write a short poem on our personal experiences that we went to visit some places like museum or zoo or national park or somewhere else. Is that okay? Fine. So all of you be ready. First of all, I want to show you some sentences. So you have to read the sentences and you have to find out something there. So please, all of you look at the sentences very carefully and try to find out what I will tell you. Is that okay? Good. So all of you look at the sentences. See what's written here, my students? Yes, here is written, study the following sentences. How many sentences are given there? Okay, there are 6 sentences. And we'll read the sentences one by one. And then you will have to find out something in each sentence. Is that clear? Fine. Let's read the first sentence. Number 1. You also read with me, please. They go to school to study. Once again, read it. They go to school to study. Second sentence. She practices English very much because she wants to pass it. Okay, once again. She practices English very much because she wants to pass it. Another sentence. He runs very fast so that he can win the race. Once again, he runs very fast so that he can win the race. Now, another sentence. Romila speaks nicely because she wants to make many friends. Once again, Romila speaks nicely because she wants to make many friends. Another sentence we have. Apurva works hard to buy a house in a city. Once again, please read with me. Apurva works hard to buy a house in a city. Another last sentence we have is, they work in a group so that they will have unity. Once again, they work in a group so that they will have unity. Dear students, you have read 6 sentences. Do you know what we are going to find out in these sentences? Maybe not. Now for it, you have to look at this instruction. So the instruction for you is, which are the connectives in each sentence? Do you know what is connective? Have you ever heard the word connective? Yes, this is what we are going to learn in our grammar today. So connective, have you ever heard? Maybe yes, maybe no. Then another word for connective is conjunction. Have you heard the word conjunction? Yes, you might have heard. Now tell me the spelling of conjunction. C-O-N-J-U-N-C-T-I-O-N-S, conjunctions. Dear students, now you have to find out a conjunction in this sentence which I am going to write down on the board, and then we will try to find out what is connective, what is a conjunction. Okay, so if I write here Ram and Sita, S-I-T-A, Sita, go to the temple. Temple, temple. In this sentence, the sentence is Ram and Sita go to the temple. So which one is a conjunction in this sentence, or you can say connective in this sentence? Which one? Is that Ram, or is that an, or is that Sita, or is that go, or is that to, or the, or temple? Which one? Yes, here the conjunction, or you can say connective, is and. Okay, so one more sentence I want to write down, and then again you have to find out a connective there. Is that okay? Good. So C is old but active. A-C-T-I-V-E, active. Look at, C is old but active. It means that which one is connective here? C or is or old or but or active? Yes, here is the connective, or you can say the conjunction is but. Okay, so these are very simple connectives. See here and here but. So what is the function of and in this sentence? What is the function of but in this sentence? You have to tell me first, and then we'll go back to find out the connectives in the given sentences. So what is the work of this and? Yes, and means this and joins between the nouns here. See, Ram and Sita. Okay, so you can write down Ram goes to the temple, and you can write down Sita goes to the temple. So two sentences can be joined, and we can make one sentence, that is Ram and Sita go to the temple. Okay, another sentence, C is old but active. Again you can make two sentences. For example, C is old, and another sentence you can write down C is active. So we can join two sentences and we can make one, like this, C is old but active. So from here you have to find out that connective is used to join the words or phrases or sentences. Okay, and there are many connectives, but today we are going to practice only 3 connectives. And what are they? Why do we use them? We will discuss. Okay, well, after it I just like to show you the same sentences that we have read. Now look at this instruction. Which are the connectives in each sentence? So far you have understood what is a conjunction, what is a connective. So from here, now in these sentences we haven't used and or but, because we are going to learn to use 3 connectives, and they are used for some cases which we are going to discuss. So can you tell me which one is the connective in the first sentence? They go to school to study. Which one is connective here? You just try to write down in your exercise book. Later on I will show you. Okay, like this number 2, she practices English very much because she wants to pass in it. So which one is a connective in this sentence? Please write it down in your notebook. Number 3, he runs very fast so that he can win the race. Which one is connective in the third sentence? Again you have to write down in your notebook. Likewise, number 4, Ramila speaks nicely because she wants to make many friends. Which one is the connective here? You have to write down again in your notebook. Similarly, number 5, Apurva works hard to buy a house in a city. See, Apurva works hard to buy a house in a city. Which one is the connective here? Again you have to write down. Now the last, they work in a group so that they will have unity. I hope, my dear students, you might have already guessed correctly. You might have already written down correctly, because the connectives are repeated in these sentences. If so, can you tell me which one is the connective in the first sentence? Is that they or go or to or school or to or study? Which one? Please tell me, all of you. Now you can check your connective. That is, yes, to. To is the connective here. And what is its function? We'll discuss later. First of all, just find out the connectives in these sentences. Likewise, number 2. She practices English very much because she wants to pass in it. Which one is the connective here now? What did you write there in your notebook? Please tell me all of you loudly. Yes, that is the connective used in this sentence is because. Okay? Because. Now, number 3. If you have wrongly written down, please correct your connective. Okay? That should be because. Number 3. He runs very fast so that he can win the race. Now, which one is the connective in the third sentence? Please, you have already written down. Now tell me which one is the connective. Yes, that is again so that. Okay? Are you right? Is that correct what you have written? Very good. Now number 4. Ramila speaks nicely because she wants to make many friends. Now, which one is the connective here? I think from number 2 also, you can easily guess which one is the connective in number 4. And you can surely tell me that it is because. Is that right? Very good, my children. Now, number 5. Apurva works hard to buy a house in a city. Now, which one? Again, if you look at number 1, then easily you can find the connective in number 5. And that is, let's say all of you together, the connective is TO2. Now, the last sentence we have to find out the connective is, they work in a group so that they will have unity. And if you look at number 3, then again easily you can find the connective in number 6. That is, all of you tell me once again, the connective in number 6 is, yes, that is so that. So here today in our class we learn to use these 3 connectives. One is yes, that is 2. Good. Another one is because. Again, fine. And another connective that we are going to learn to use today is so that. Have you ever used them in your daily life, in your day-to-day communication, these connectives? No. So from today onwards, you have to use them in your day-to-day communication. Is that okay? So after it, now you have to tell me, why do we use them? Why do we use to in the sentence? Why do we use because in the sentence? Why do we use, let's say, so that in the sentence? What are their functions? Okay. You have to tell me. So can you guess why do we use them? So previously also I told you that we use the connectives to join 2 words or phrases or clauses or sentences. Okay? So that is the main function. And here, why do we use to? Why do we use because? Why do we use so that? Of course, to join the sentences, that is the first function, and another function you have to tell me. That is, now you can see and write it down in your notebook too. Look at, we use them to join the sentences. This is the first function of the connective. Okay, I have already told you that we use connective to join between 2 words, phrases, clauses, and sentences. All right. And another function of this, we are talking about to, because, and so that, to state the purposes. For example, to state the purposes means you can answer of why. For example, why are you studying English now? You can say that we are studying English now because we want to improve our English language. Do you know it or not? Purpose. Why do you do that work? So that indicates something about your future. Okay? That is left to happen. That is still to happen. So for that case, we have to use the connectives to, because, and so that. And this is what we call the connectives of purposes. Okay? We use those 3 connectives like to, because, so that to state the purposes. Connectives of purposes. Is that clear, dear students? Very good. If so, after this discussion, I just like to give you some sentences from your textbook, and you have to supply there the connectives of purposes. And again, be careful. You have to supply to or because or so that. Which one is correct? And later on, after this exercise, I will tell you where you have to use to, where you have to use because, and where you have to use so that. So let's try. Fill in the gaps with to, so that, or because we are going to practice these three connectives that state the purposes. Okay. So number A, I come to school. So what you have to write down here? To learn, or so that learn, or because learn. So you just write it down in a notebook. Later on we'll discuss the correct answers. Okay. So number B, my mother gives me green vegetables. To my eyes have good vision, or because my eyes have good vision, or so that my eyes have good vision. Which one is correct? You have to write down. Number 3, I spend the night studying. What is the correct one here? For example, to I wanted to get good grades, or because I wanted to get good grades, or so that I wanted to get good grades. Which one is the correct connective to state the purpose here? Okay. Number D, our school organized a visit to the zoo. Two students could learn about animals, or because students could learn about animals, or so that students could learn about animals. Which one is the correct? Now number E, I am learning English to speak in this language, or because speak in this language, or so that speak in this language. Which one is correct? Okay. Now I hope you might have written down the correct connectives in its blank. So can you tell me which one is the correct in the first blank, in the first sentence? I come to school, learn. Which one is the correct? To, or so that, or because? Some of you said to, some of you said so that, some of you said because. But which one is the correct one? Now you check. The correct connective to state the purpose here is to learn. So if you have written to, I want to clap for your correct answer. And don't worry, if you have written so that or because, it's your time to correct your answer. And don't worry, we learn by making mistakes. Okay. So here should be to. So I'll tell you why do we use to there. So together I want to say you, there is I come to school, learn. So it means that where you have to use to, if there is infinitive. Infinitive means base form of the verb, or simply you can understand as verb 1. If there is verb 1, before verb 1, you have to use to. So before infinitive, okay, you have to use to. In this sentence also, you can see I come to school, learn. Learn is infinitive, or you can understand simply as verb 1 locally, okay. So in this case, you have to use to, and it shows the purpose. See, why do we go to school? It comes in the answer of why question. Okay, so to learn. So don't forget, my students, if there is infinitive, then before it you have to use to state the purpose when we use the connective to. Is that clear, all of you? Good. Number B, my mother gives me green vegetables. My eyes have good vision. So here in this blank, I think you are sure that you don't like to use to because there is not infinitive. Is this my infinitive? Eyes infinitive? No. Okay. So if there is not infinitive, surely you should not use there to. It means that you have to choose between two. That is so that or because. So which one do you want to choose here? Now tell me, all of you. What's your answer? Please tell me loudly. Okay, you can check your answer. There should be so that my eyes have good vision. So Simply you can understand between so that and because. After practicing two sentences, I will tell you. Number C. I spent the night studying. I wanted to get good grades. Now here is also no infinitive verb, okay? So here also you should not use to. Now you have to use so that or because. Which one is correct? You just guess and tell me. You just think and tell me. What did you write? Now tell me. Okay, you can check. Your answer should be because. Say, I spent the night studying because I wanted to get good grades. And later on I will tell you where to use so that, where to use because. Because the use of to, you have already got the idea. Number D. Our school organized a visit to the zoo. Now, what should be here? Students, it is also not infinitive, not verb. It is noun. So, we don't use there to. So, between so that or because, which one you use there? Please tell me. What did you write? Okay, again check your answer. Your answer should be so that students could learn about animals. And here, I think you can clearly say, I am learning English to speak in this language, so that I speak in this language, or because I speak in this language. Which one is correct? Now, yes, this speak is infinitive, or you can say simply verb 1. So, before verb 1, we have to use there to. So, the use of to is clear. Now, I want to tell you where to use so that, where to use because. See, have a look here, please. See, always there are two sentences, okay? To use so that and because, and we have to make them one. So, if there is subject after, for example, I want to write down the sentence number, let's say C. I spent the night studying. I spent the night, N-I-G-S-T, night, S-T-U-D-Y-I-N-G, studying because, B-E-C-A-U-S-E, because I wanted to get good grades. Good grades. G-R-A-D-E-S, grades. Look at how many sentences are there. Clearly, there are two sentences. See, I spent the night studying. You can take as one sentence. And I wanted to get good grades. Another sentence. So the function of because is to join these two sentences into one. And another, why? I spent the night. It means that purpose. And the purpose is to get good grades. Okay. Where to use because now? So after because, see, there should be subject. I is the subject here. And after subject, there should be verb. Okay. There should be a complete sentence, and there should be subject, and there should be verb, or you can say subject and predicate should be there, or simply you can understand as subject plus verb should be there to use because. And don't worry, for so that also we have the same case but slightly different. Okay, so for example, I want to take another example from the same line. Our school organized, O-R-G-A-N-I-Z-D-D, organized a visit to the zoo. V-I, all of you tell me the spelling. A visit to the, spelling of zoo, yes, Z-O-O, zoo. Now here we have written so that students could learn, okay, S-T-U-D-E-N-T-S, students could learn, L-E-A-R-N, learn, then what's there? About animals. About, what's the spelling of animals? A-N-I-M-A-L-S, animals. Now look at here. Look at. I wanted, our school organized a visit to the zoo. One sentence. Students could learn about animals. Two sentences. And we join and we make one. And it becomes our school organized a visit to the zoo so that students could learn about animals. Now, here we have used so that. Okay, so that, and here is also subject. Is that clear? So for because also we have subject. After so that also we have subject here, students. After that one, generally to use so that, there should be modal verbs. Okay, here is could. There should be modal verbs. For example, would, could, should, may, might, such words, such verbs should be used there, and after that there should be infinitive. So in this case, you have to use so that, and if there is subject plus verb, then you have to use because. Okay, because. And if there is only infinitive, at that time you have to use to. Is that clear? So from today onwards, when you practice and when you want to state the purpose using the connectives, you have to use to. Before infinitive, you have to use to, and then you have to use because. It looks like giving a reason, but it states about the purpose. For example, I can ask you, why are you studying English now? You can say that we are studying English because we want to improve our English language. If you want to use to, you can say like this. Why do you study English? You can say we study English to improve our English language. Okay? And if you want to use so that, you can say we study English so that we can improve our English language. Look at, can is a modal verb here. Okay? So after subject, if there is modal verb plus infinitive verb, you have to use so that. If there is subject plus verb, you have to use because, and if there is infinitive verb, you can say you use to. In that way, you have to be able to use these connectives to state the purposes. Is that clear, dear students? So fine. So if so, now I want to talk about a poem. Okay? So look at, study this poem and write a poem describing your experience of visiting a place. Now we are going to talk. I am going to show you a poem from your English textbook. We will recite it and you will try to write similar type of poem of your personal experience that you might have recently visited a place. Is that okay? So the title of the poem is A Trip to the Zoo. Have you ever been to the zoo? Yes. What did you see there? Oh, wild animals. Yeah, very interesting. So here is a poem about the experience of the poet. So let's read together, recite it. A trip to the zoo. It's such a beautiful day. We want to go to the zoo. Pack a picnic lunch, grab a hat. See lots of animals, birds too. This is the first stanza. Have you ever heard the word stanza? Yes. The paragraph of the poem is called a stanza. Okay. So this is the first stanza of the poem. Let's recite it once again. It is such a beautiful day. We want to go to the zoo, pack a picnic lunch, grab a hat, see lots of animals, birds too. So I just like to ask you some oral questions, okay? And you try to answer me. So where are they going? Yes, they are going to the zoo. And then what did they pack? Yes, they packed a picnic lunch. And why do they want to go to the zoo? Of course, you are right. They want to go to the zoo to see animals and birds. Is that clear? All right. Now another stanza we have. We will stop and visit the elephant, watch them do a trick or two, walk past the zebras, there stands for, see the peacock feathers so blue. Once again, please recite it. We will stop and visit the elephant, watch them do a trick or two, walk past the zebras, there stands for, see the peacock feathers so blue. So in the second stanza, what they will do? Look at, they will stop. Where? At the elephant, okay? Just to see the elephant. And then they watch them doing a trick, and at the same time, they go past the what animals? Yes, zebras. Okay, and they also see the birds also. So what's the name of the bird given in the second stanza? Yes, you are right. That is peacock. Okay, and its feathers are blue. Now here at the same time, you have to know the rhyming words, dear students. Do you know the rhyming words? What are the rhyming words in the first stanza? For example, here is day, zoo, hat, to. What are the rhyming words? Zoo, to. Is that? Yes, you are right. Zoo, to are the rhyming words. So from here, you try to understand what is a rhyming word. Okay? And in the second stanza, what are the rhyming words? Let's say elephant to, no. Two for, no. Elephant blue, no. Two blue. So these two are the rhyming words. Two blue. Okay. So from here, you have to understand that rhyming words mean the last or ending part of the word is pronounced same. Okay. For example, here, oo, zoo, to. The sound is similar. Oo, okay. Zoo, to. And here also to, blue, oo sound. So they are the rhyming words. Let's go to the next stanza. There lies two old hippopotamus sleeping in a very muddy pen. We see the lion sitting on some rocks. In his case, I have never been. And once again, there lies two old hippopotamus, name of the animal, okay, sleeping in a very muddy pen, house of the hippopotamus. We see the lion sitting on some rocks. Have you ever seen the lion? Maybe not. In his case, I have never been. And here also, you can find what are the rhyming words here. Pen, bin. So at last we have no sound, okay? No. Pen, bin. Pen, bin. Rhyming words. Now another stanza we have is, we get to feed the giraffe. Means what do? Yes, they give food to the giraffe. He comes over and eats from our hands. See, very interesting. The giraffe comes to them and the giraffe eats the food from their own hand. So interesting. Have you ever got this type of experience? Maybe in the zoo or maybe in the national park or wherever you are with the animals. See, very interesting. With his long neck, he can reach very far. You know, giraffe has a long neck and it can reach very far. On his tongue, my fingers often land. So, what are the rhyming words here? Hand and land. At last we have do sound, okay? Land, hand, do sounds. Likewise, we have another stanza. We see lots of snakes. See, what do they see more there? Yes. Let's say reptiles, okay? Snakes, turtles, and spiders. We visit the penguins in their cold spot. Penguins also, you know, the birds which live in the cold place, okay? Cold area. It's fun to watch them waddle around, fly to the outside. They cannot. Now, what are the rhyming words here again? Spot, cannot. The last sound is to, okay? Spot, cannot. To sound. So these are the rhyming words in this sentence. So here they see lots of snakes, turtles, spiders. Not only that much, but also penguins. Okay. Another stanza we have. We passed by the camels, chewing some food. See monkeys swinging on a rope. They swing way over the small pond into the water. They never fall, I hope. Now here they see the camels also. Chewing means eating something, okay? And at the same time, what do they see there? Yes, monkeys. Have you ever seen the monkeys? Yes, sometimes near the temple, maybe in the jungle also, okay? And here also they see swinging on a rope. Monkeys, very interesting to watch the monkeys, isn't it? They swing way over the small pond into the water. They never fall, I hope. And you know, the monkeys can hang, walk, swing on the ropes very easily. They don't fall, okay? And the poet also thinks the same thing here. So good. Dear students, what are the rhyming words here? Yes, you are right now. Rope, hope. Rope, hope. Okay. At last we have paw sound. Paw. Another stanza we have is, we really enjoy going into the petting zoo. The animals let you toss their back. We stay a long time watching the goats. Better not to take a sandwich in your backpack. So here the writer says that they like to enjoy in the zoo, and at the same time they can toss the back part of the animals, okay, and they stay in the zoo for a long time to watch the activities of the animals, and it's really interesting for we all. And at the same time they say that better not to take a sandwich in your backpack. Do you know the backpack? Backpack means it's a bag that we carry on our backside, like your school bag type of thing. And the writer says that better not to carry their sandwich in the backpack. Okay. So what are the rhyming words? Back, backpack. Last sound is caw. Okay. Back, backpack. Caw sound. Interesting. Now another stanza. The train ride around the zoo. We enjoy sitting on the tail end. The whistle blows going through the tunnel and going around a sharp bend. And sometimes you can see in the zoo there are some playing things for the children also. And here in the zoo, the poet says that there is a train also that moves around the zoo, you know. And they enjoy sitting on it and moving around the zoo. And at the same time, if you have traveled by a train, generally you can find it produces a kind of sound. It blows the whistle, you know, and then it goes under the tunnel, through the tunnel, the way, and they go around the zoo. They enjoy there a lot. Is that clear? So it is a personal experience of the writer. You know who is the writer of this poem? I'll show you later. So personal experience, what the writer has done in the zoo. Okay. Now another stanza I have is, we spent a whole day walking around. There was so much for us to see. Little squirrels eating french fries that delighted my sisters and me. See, it is another personal experience. And how long did they spend in the zoo? Yes, they spent a whole day, okay, full day. And what did they see there? They saw little squirrels. And what were they eating? Oh, french fries, you know. They were eating french fries. Do you know french fries? It's a potato item, okay. We cut it in the stripe type of piece and then we fry in the oil, okay. That is french fries. And that delighted means when they saw squirrels eating french fries, and then the writer with his sisters, let's say, enjoyed a lot in the zoo. So what are the rhyming words here? See and me. See, me. At last we have E sound, okay? See, me. See, me. Is that clear? Now, another stanza we have. Soon it was time to go home, but we'll return another day. There will be new baby animals. We'll stand and watch them play. Now they spend the whole day in the zoo. Now it's their time to go there home, okay? But the writer says that we'll return another day. So the writer enjoyed a lot with his sisters, okay? So he says that another day, again he wants to come back to the zoo to watch the activities of the animals. There will be new baby animals, and he says that there will be new baby animals also. It means that maybe the animals are going to give a birth to their babies. We'll stand and watch them play. And the writer, the poet, says that they will see the babies playing there in the zoo. And this poem is written by Adine Kathy. Adine Kathy, okay? So like this, you can also write a poem, compose a poem. You can write very simple poem for expressing your personal experiences, okay? So write a poem describing your experience of visiting a place, and you can start like this. For example, it is given by me to you. A trip to the national park. So you can start your stanza like this. It was a 3 days holiday. We went on a bus, singing and dancing, having a full merriment. We went to a national park to enjoy. See, I also try to write down their rhyming words. Holiday, enjoy. Okay, your sound at last. Another stanza I have written for you. Like this, you can compose yourselves. We saw different animals roaming on the way. We watched them time and again, some of them jumping up and some of them running away. So way and away, again, rhyming words. So dear students, like this, you also try to compose a short poem to express your personal experience of visiting a place. Is that okay? Now, finally, I like to give you a home assignment. Your home assignment is write a poem describing your experience of visiting a place, which I have given you an example. And another exercise for you is fill in the gaps with to, so that, or because. We have practiced. And the sentences, please write them down quickly in your exercise. They went to the zoo, see the animals. What is the correct connective? He works day and night, he can buy a land. Supply the correct connective. She practices dancing a lot. She wants to be a winner in a competition. She speaks English all the time. She will be a fluent speaker in it. Now, number E, they go to the swimming pool. They want to bathe in cold water. Now, the last number, they like to go out, be fresh. So, this is your home assignment. Please complete them, okay? Dear students, I hope you enjoyed our today's class, and I also hope that you might have better understood to use the connectives to state the purpose. They are to, because, and so that. And also, you might have learned to express your personal experiences through a poem. So this much for today. Keep practicing. Have a beautiful day. Goodbye.